Ari Uwala ready now, the chairman of the Media and Publicity Committee of the Niger Delta Sport Festival, the Made in Niger Delta Sport Festival. He joins us from Uyo. He should be at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium as we speak. Good morning, Ari Uwala, a veteran journalist also. Good to have you on ADBN
Yeah, good
Sports.
morning, and thanks for giving us your platform today to talk about the Niger Delta Sports.
Yeah, thank you so much. Of course, Ari Uwala, a veteran sports journalist, one of those that so many of us grew up watching on TV. Now, of course, the Made in Niger Delta Sport Festival, the opening ceremony going down today, share with us on ADBN Sport this morning. Of course, what we should expect in terms of the sporting event, the number of athletes, and what the LOC and the MOC has put in place to ensure an each-free games right there in Uyo.
Yeah, thank you, and a bit of a correction here. The opening ceremony is actually holding tomorrow from 5:30 p.m. And of course, that same tomorrow we'll have events in football and handball that will start from around 7, 8 in the morning and then afternoon. And the opening ceremony proper, we're expecting the president to be presented by the chairman of the National Sports Commission, flag of the event at the opening ceremony that will hold at the Uyo Township Stadium. As we have been saying since the beginning of the build-up to this event, we're expecting over about 3,000 athletes, 500 coaches, and 500 technical officials. The event will be holding in 5 different locations, starting from the Godswill Akpabio Stadium to the Uyo Township Stadium, the Kadam Skill Acquisition Center, and Iftam West Secondary School and Ultra Peak Sports Center. Ultra Peak Sports Center is a privately owned sports center, but the NDDC has gone ahead to renovate that place, make it look good. And of course, the swimming pool in the Uyo Township Stadium, it has been so much renovated that people of Uyo who come there doubt that it's the same swimming pool that they've seen for years that has suffered some neglect.
Okay, now let's talk about, of course, the age limit.
Looking at facilities, pointing out certain things to be done. And I will tell you that by tomorrow, everything will be very, very set. If you come to those stadiums are looking very colorful with branding and everything that has been done. And let me say here that as part of the musical shows that will be on display, Fino will be leading the act. Fino will be leading the act. Of course, there's others, cultural dances that will take place. So everything, as they will say, is set for the opening ceremony that will hold Wednesday, 2nd of April, from 5:30 p.m. And of course, they will be live on some satellite stations.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the age limit. What we understand is that these games is for athletes 16 to 25. What has the LOC put in place to ensure that indeed it's for athletes 16 to 25 that all the states will present? And also, we've also been told that mercenaries are not allowed. You have to be indigene of one of the 9 Niger Delta states. So in these two areas, what is the LOC, of course, doing to ensure that no state will breach this particular provision? Then secondly, let's talk about harnessing talent. Of course, which is part of the major theme of this particular Niger Delta Sport Festival. What is the LOC really thinking about achieving in terms of harnessing talent? The talents that you will discover at these games, what is the plan for them? Post-games, what do you have on ground, on paper, that you can point to and that we can hold you by at the end of this festival?
Let me start from your last question. Harnessing talents and
beyond oil,
grooming stuff, tomorrow stars. The main organizing committee set up a scouting and mentorship committee that is led by Godwin Enahina. We first know him as a journalist, but most of us also know that Godwin has had a hand in the rise of MFM Football Club, MFM Basketball Club, MFM athletics, MFM table tennis.
Yeah.
So there's no better person than Godwin to lead such a team of coaches and ex-internationals and international scouts to look at the athletes that are going to participate in this tournament and pick those of them that should have a future. The NDDC intends to, because NDDC recognize that it's not everybody that's going to be successful in education, even in skills acquisition. So what other way to do it? Give them a career in sports. And we know that sports is somehow some people say shortest route out of poverty. When you make it in sports, you make it big. So that is the platform NDDC is providing through this event. And with the starting committee, we are sure to get some talents that will now be given opportunities to compete nationally and compete internationally. So that is the process, that is the plan in place. Very intentional to have this mentorship and the scouting committee so that they will pick out the exceptional ones. I mean, everybody may come to a party, but not all will enjoy that. So we know that this is an opportunity for even young ones to have experience of travel, experience of interacting at a bigger event. Most of the people who have come here now have interacted with some of them. This is their first time out of their states. And some of them were picked from local government. You were asking about age and state of origin.
Yeah.
We started from a local government trials. And in that local government trial, you must present your NIN, which is the authorized government identity card. And your NIN carries your age. It carries your state of origin. So we have made sure from the beginning that issues of poaching athletes from others doesn't arise. Issues of being overage doesn't arise. But let me also make a correction. There's a girl that came with Ondo State. She's 12 years. And that is actually the age you want to catch them. So we are not disqualifying anybody who is below 16, but we insist it cannot be more than 25 years.
Well, I think that is fair enough. Of course, if you have some athletes that are good and they are below 16, I think it's fair enough that the LOC have decided to admit them for these games because it's actually the best age to catch them young. Let's talk about a couple of other areas now. In terms of logistics, movement of the athletes from the hostels to the venue of the games. What is the plan? In terms of security also, what is the plan? And also, of course, in terms of mobilizing fans to come to the various venues, what is the LOC? What have you done in this regard? So that we don't host a festival that there are empty stands. So what is LOC? What have you done so far in all these areas?
You talked about the movement of the
logistics and all of that.
First of all, the MOC worked at a state level layer where the states, we call them state licensing committee. They are the ones that organize the local government trials and the state finals. They are the ones that ensure the movement of their athletes. So the MOC mobilized them and they came with their own buses. Those buses are the buses that will be taking them around the town. On those states came with 21 buses. Other states were expecting today perhaps will also come with such large number because most of the states are coming with over 300 athletes. So what MOC has done is to mobilize the states, hire your buses, bring the athletes. The buses will be doing their shuttle. Of course, there will be other buses that will take care of maybe media bus, committee buses, and all the rest. So that is the plan in place for logistics. Then talk about security. If you were in this stadium where I am right now, you will feel that even a Super Eagles match wouldn't command the kind of security that we have here. So that has been taken good care of because the chief security officer of the ND is heading the security committee here. He's a man that has been equipped for the job and they are doing it very well.
Now just finally, time never our friend when we talk sports, of course. Your parting shot on the show this morning as we prepare for the official opening ceremony tomorrow evening at the Uyo Township Stadium by 5:30 p.m. So what message are you leaving us, leaving with us on the show this morning ahead of the official opening ceremony?
Yeah, let me by stating again one of the questions you asked before. This morning, by 12 o'clock, a roadshow will commence. This roadshow is to have physical engagement with the people of Uyo who are already saturated with information about this event. So the roadshow will go around the town and, of course, culminate at the Uyo Township Stadium. Okay. And the choice of Uyo Township Stadium is that it is in the heart of the town. You will not have those issues of transportation that people experience coming to Akpabio Stadium. So we intentionally put it in the heart of the town. A lot of people will just need to walk over and get into the place.
Okay.
And of course, it's not a fee-paying access. So the only access restriction will be if you don't have the right tag, you will not go to certain zones. But the people of Uyo have been good to us since we arrived there, and I promise you, we are going to give them a festival that will be of immense economic and tourist value to the state. Oh, thank you very much for the opportunity to be on your program this morning.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ari Uwala, a veteran sports journalist. Of course, he's the chairman of the Media and Publicity Committee of the Made Niger Delta Sports Festival. We still get to feature him and a couple of other of our colleagues. Godwin Enaina, he mentioned, is the chairman of the Scouting Committee. And I'm quite happy about that. We also get Godwin Enaina on the show in the coming days, of course. Thank you, Mr. Uwala. Do enjoy your stay in the city of Uyo.